So much uncertainty out there about the outlook for retail spending at the moment. No doubt you heard us talking about our previous guest. Lots of people concerned about the housing market, the wealth effect, and a recession potentially looming. So what does it mean for retailers?
Yeah, look, we think things will be really difficult for the retail sector over the next little while. Consumers have got a whole lot of costs coming at them, and we think the cost of living, as we term it, so kind of energy, petrol, food, insurance, rent, those factors will go up by something like 13% in the next year. And so there's just going to be less dollars out there to spend. At the same time, there's been a lot of categories that have had a huge pull forward in demand through COVID. So you get this kind of environment where there's a cost squeeze for the consumer, and on the other side, there's not as much kind of demand. So I mean that was the kind of, I guess, the basis of our note that we published yesterday.
And when you pulling apart some of those themes, so does that mean that the COVID winners, the JB Hi-Fis of the world, the Kogans, the e-commerce retailers, does that mean that the going will continue to be quite tough for some of those companies? Are we going to see a shift in some of the dominant retail names?
Yeah, we think so. So, they've done extraordinarily well, like far better than I think everyone had expected when COVID started. And the companies were still coming out with really strong trading updates, only a few months ago. But the kind of vibe that we got from talking to our contacts just around the election was that things slowed. That was just after the first rate rise. Obviously, there's been another rate rise, likely to be a few more. So what we're saying is that we've started to see the slowing. And if you look at where profit expectations are at the moment, they're still fairly high for these companies. And so there has to be a kind of reset to happen. So we're kind of advising investors to kind of avoid those kind of COVID winners, at least until things kind of stabilise and the valuations kind of reflect a bit more challenging outlook.